Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Hey, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football Review for round 21 of the 2022 NRL season. Roosters 34, Broncos 16. Live from the SCG, Roosters with a very good performance tonight. Broncos, I think they were on the plane still. They were fucking terrible, the Broncos. I'm joined by rugby league YouTuber Pro Enzo Vids. Pro Enzo, mate, first things first, how are you? And what'd you make of tonight's game?
Yeah, Nick, I'm going really well. And thanks for making me come on. And yeah, I'm good. And I thought tonight's game was pretty much one-sided, to be honest. I thought it'd be a much closer.
Yeah, look, I think the Broncos fans have got a lot to answer to what's going on there the last couple of weeks. They were humiliated by the West Tigers last week. I was there live last week for Broncos and Tigers, and they were humiliated last week. And tonight they went down to Sydney to play the Roosters, who had won 3 games in a row, and the Roosters were looking for 4 in a row. And the Roosters dominated them early on. They got out on an early 18-0 lead, and then things just it escalated pretty quickly. Once the Roosters got going, they were
not too good.
They were on fire. They were hard to slow down. But before we get into the review, I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. We've got 25 people in the live chat as we speak. So it's a good crowd for Thursday night. I know it's a little bit late, but that's what happens when you do those reviews. They start late usually. But hello to SS Storm fan. Hello to Luke Melbourne Storm fan. Cody Games PlayStation's here. Who else we got here? The chat's going off at the moment. Electrical Dust. Keno is here. Bugger me. We've got Minty Rabbito in the house. We got Logan live chat. John 94. Nathan. Jaden. Daniel. Chat's going mental. It's crazy. FTG is in the chat as well. Funny enough, did my tipping video live on Tuesday night, and there was this guy by the name of King Julian, and he had, in the live chat, he had a go at me. He said, "Nick, you're wrong for tipping the Roosters. You're wrong. It's just a bad tip. It's not going to happen. You're wrong. You won't get that right. It's just so stupid tipping the Roosters. No way Broncos will lose 2 in a row." Well, on behalf of everybody that watches the channel, and on behalf of everybody that was there on Tuesday night, hey, Julian, well, how about you kiss my fucking ass? What happened tonight? What happened? Now, I'm happy to cop it when I'm wrong, but I was just constantly criticized for just going for the tip in the Roosters. So
yeah, it's wrong.
It happens all the time. If I tip against Brisbane, everyone's going in meltdown. So to everyone out there that wanted to have a go at me on fucking Tuesday for tipping the Roosters, kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah, I got the same comments too. So, yeah, look, Roosters are too good. That's the end of the story.
What happened, Julian? I don't know if Julian's here, but what happened, Julian? What happened tonight?
Oh, he's not here so far. He's quiet.
Mate, last week I called the Broncos loss a reality check, and tonight, I don't know what you call tonight. I just call it
shambles.
Shit. I don't know what more you want me to say, but anyway, I just thought I'll get that off my chest. I don't know what happened to the Broncos tonight. Fucking call me wrong for having an opinion. Fuck me. Anyway, it's good to see a great crowd here. We've got 29 people in the live chat. It's good to see a crowd. Let's get into the review, shall we? Roosters and the Broncos. Obviously, Roosters with a fantastic win tonight. The first try of the game, mate. Paul Momorowski on that left edge. Um, Really poor defense out from the Broncos. They just got jammed in really easily. They're Stags. But the main reason why the Paul Momorowski try even happened was because the fullback Tessie Neal was in the line. What was he thinking?
Yeah. Actually, and about New, I thought he had a pretty poor game tonight. I thought Tessie New
Garbage performance from him. Terrible.
could have been a lot better. But yeah, that pass from Tedesco to Montgomery was a great start by Roosters.
Oh, Roosters off to a flyer, mate. 6-0 after 5 minutes. Good start for the Chooks. And then that Butcher, fuck, that was so smart for him to just let the ball go. Don't rush onto it. And then he scored that try. That was a great try from that Butcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, and luckily he didn't touch the ball with his left hand first because I originally thought he touched the ball first before he's grounded it. But yeah, good try actually.
All right, Roosters 12-0 after 10 minutes, and everyone was going, fuck, they're on the Roosters. Broncos kept giving away 6 agains and shit, and then Angus Crichton went through, and that was a really soft try, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just pretty much added to the Broncos Warriors to the night. That was a try that should never happen, but it did, and it didn't help.
Yeah, Roosters 18-0 after 17 minutes gone, and I think all the Broncos supporters were stunned by what was happening early on. And then finally, Corey Oates went over and scored. I mean, about time they hit back.
Yeah, finally they scored a try, and it was a pretty just a normal shift out to the left. It was a good try, so Oates hit back.
They needed that. Roosters 18 points to 4. We get to half time. Roosters 18-4. I thought the margin was actually reasonable, Lorenzo, for the Broncos. I thought Roosters have had all the ball. They've dominated the hell out of this game. It's 18-4. I thought the margin should have been at least 20 to 26 at half time.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that the scoreline did reflect on how the game was going, with especially how Broncos didn't have the ball and didn't look great. So yeah, I agree on that.
I thought the margin should have been more than 14, but that was a positive for the Broncos. There was only 14 points at the break, and second half starts, and a short ball there, and Nat Butcher, and he went over for his double. I mean, fuck me, he's just getting better, Nat Butcher.
Yeah, he's underrated in my opinion, Nat Butcher. I think for a couple of years now he's gone under the radar, and yeah, he's getting more notice now, which is good.
Under the radar or under the radar? Which one is it?
Oh, it's the Raider, isn't it?
Yeah, under the radar. You just said radar.
Oh, well, it's Raider. Sorry.
Don't worry, it is 10 o'clock at night. We've all tired from whatever we did today. I mean, I was working all day, so I'm fucked, but fair enough. Butcher gets a double, mate. Roosters 24-4. Fuck, they were looking good, the Roosters. They were on fire. And then, well, for 59th minute, Corey Oates got a double. It would have to be one of the biggest forward pass tries I've seen in a good couple of weeks. Yes, it did contact a Roosters player, but the pass originally was forward. And then it touched a Roosters player, and then they went over and scored. But fuck me. The Oates second try should never have been allowed.
Yeah, it was forward. Even the commentator said that it was definitely forward. People were saying people were saying we went out, it went back and then drifted forward, but still.
It was so forward. I mean, honestly, you could go and pick up a fucking snail out of the bush, and they would tell you it's forward.
Yeah, literally.
It was forward. Anyway, Oates gets his tries. 24-10 Roosters. Broncos had several chances to make a game of this, but they kept dropping it, and poor discipline from the Broncos. All night the discipline was fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
And then Luke Keary with a dummy went straight through and scored, and that was pretty much the ball game, wasn't it? Luke Keary scoring that.
Yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal for me. I think that, Roosters scoring that try definitely sort of solidified that win for the night.
Yeah, Keary gets over. Roosters 30-10. It's game over. There's about 12 minutes to go, and look, at this point, I'm just on my phone, not even watching much of it. It was pretty much all over. And then I see Capewell go through. It was a really tough effort to score that. Capewell went over and scored. I mean, what a try.
Yeah, that was just good all effort there, I thought, from Capewell. Just a good try, I guess, for Brisbane.
Capewell goes over. It's Roosters 30-16. The game's gone. And then Sawali goes over in the corner, and that pretty much, it was a late try, and Sawali got a try, and well deserved.
Yeah, and actually, Sawali was great tonight. I thought Sawali,
yeah, he was
very strong that wing, and actually, pretty much overplayed or outplayed Oates in that side.
He was fantastic. Joseph Sawali had a great game tonight. We get the full time, mate. Roosters 34, Broncos 16. The Roosters have now won 4 games in a row. Are they going to play finals? Because I reckon they are.
Yeah, probably. They're looking really red hot at the moment. They're just playing all together, and they're just playing the footy that we know they can play actually, and that's important for them heading to finals. So I think they're doing enough at the moment to make finals, and I think they're going to make it for sure.
I think Trent Robinson deserves a lot of credit for it as well because
Yeah.
the Roosters have been so inconsistent all year, and everyone's been getting impatient, and I'm one of them. I picked them to win the comp at the start of the year, and tonight they were. I think Trent Robinson's just done a great job, just being patient with the Roosters. We need to get a live chat. We got a $20 super chat here from Daft
Yeah,
Previews. Thank you very much.
go for it.
$20 super chat, man. Jesus Christ, this is incredible. It says Broncos middles exposed tonight. Trash defensively all year. You could see this pumping a mile away. Great coaching from Robinson. Strategy on point. With
What the heck?
with what the hell did they do at training all week? Yeah. Look, I don't know what happened to the Broncos tonight. I thought they would just roll through the middle. It feels like they were stuck on the plane and they didn't make the ground. That's what it seemed like.
What it felt
But
like.
Daft Previews, thank you for the $20 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, my friend. I think he's right. The Broncos middles were exposed tonight, weren't they?
Yeah, Roosters carved them up for the middle. That's where the Broncos lost their momentum, got killed. So credit to Roosters for exploiting that.
Yeah, they rolled him. Mate, what about Victor Radley's blood? You see that?
Oh, fucking hell. That's like something you see from the zombies. Fucking hell. Honestly,
Mate, it was
that
like
was
watching,
brutal.
mate, it was like turning on WWE back in 1995. You had all the fucking blood coming out. It's like The Rock versus Stone Cold. It's like a big fucking gash everywhere. Fuck.
Pretty much, eh? That's relatable.
Oh, it was crazy. I'll tell you, Victor Radley, he had to go off twice just to get it taped. It's actually, it's quite crazy actually to see. There was an incident in the first half that I want to discuss that I don't believe there's much in it. Angus Crichton poked was it Payne Haas?
Yeah, it was Haas, yeah.
A lot of people on Twitter were saying that it was an eye gouge. I don't believe it was. Although, if you're watching it super slow mo, Crichton did have his fingers on his eye for probably longer than what he should have. So there could be a little bit of a problem there. Maybe an eye gouge from Angus Crichton.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't really notice it at first, but I think if he did have his fingers all over his face, and they're probably going to look into it more. They think it's serious, so it could be a possible eye gouge. He poked it in the eye.
Do you think it's an eye gouge? I don't reckon it was.
I didn't look like it because I didn't take as much notice of it, but you never know. You can review it.
Never say never. I mean, it looked like an eye gouge, but then in saying that, you watch it in real time, you don't think so. But yeah, just something I thought I'd bring up because Haas he had his hands on his eye for quite some time there, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a charge by that. But I guess we'll see what happens in the coming days. The Broncos, mate, we need to talk about them. They were really poor tonight, as we know.
Yep.
They have lost 2 in a row. They've got a game next week against Newcastle, which, well, 95% of us will probably tip Brisbane to beat Newcastle at Suncorp next week. But the Broncos losing 2 in a row, is it a concern? Is it a form slump? Is it just things not going good at the moment? I mean, what would you put it down to?
I think I agree when it's a form slump, to be honest. I think that, sometimes these sides that go really well for most of the season, they do tend to drop off a little bit when it's like a couple of rounds left in the regular season. So, last week against the Tigers was obviously very disappointing how they didn't win that one because they were expected to. And then this game, like back-to-back weeks, been put 30 points in them. So, a little bit of a drop in form, I'd say, but they'll be all right, I think, Brisbane.
A lot of people are probably going to put a pen through him tonight, but I'm not. I'm not putting a pen through him. I think the problem with tonight was that Tigers game was so disappointing. They had to travel to Sydney to play the Roosters, who are in hot form. They've won 4 straight now. They're looking to play finals, and they probably will now. I think Brisbane are in a bit of post-Origin form slump. They're just trying to get to the finals, but in saying that, they need top four because we know how crucial top four is, especially if you make the top eight. So top
Yeah.
four is extremely important. But I just got to say as well, I will mention it. Paddy Carrigan, we all know how big of a loss he was tonight. I was just going to get to that. Broncos, I still reckon they're a top four chance. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that one win would change everything for them.
Well, let's have a look at the Broncos run home. They got the Knights next week. They should beat the Knights. The Knights are horrible. Then they
Definitely.
play Melbourne. The Melbourne game might determine the top four.
They could. They could win
Then
that
they
one.
play Parramatta at Suncorp, which is a 50-50, but one they should win. And then
Yeah,
they finished off with the Dragons at Cogra, which
it's not bad.
they probably want to rest players for that game, but they're probably going to have to play them because top four will probably be up for grabs. So
Yeah, yeah, true.
I
It's
reckon
not
that.
bad.
Wait, it's going to sound crazy because of how bad they've been the last 2 weeks, but I reckon that's the Broncos' last loss until finals
Ooh, you
tonight.
reckon? You reckon?
I reckon they'll beat Newcastle. I reckon they'll beat Melbourne, beat Para, and beat St George.
Wow. Well, oh, it's not that hard of a draw, so you never know.
I'm not worried about them. I think they'll be fine. 2 losses in a row. It's coming. It was gonna come sooner or later. I guess I'm not concerned too much. I think tonight they were off their game and they were terrible. But what I will say, if they lose to Newcastle next week, I may put a pen through them.
Well, that's a worrying sign that they're losing Newcastle because playing Newcastle at Suncorp on a Saturday night, they can't be.
They have
You
to
know,
win that. They
can't
can't
let
lose
can't
that
let
game.
down. No,
They
no
can't
way.
lose that game. Look, every team that's in the top four is allowed to have a few off games and go in a bit of a form slump. They're now out of the top four, so that is a bit of a concern. But 2 losses in a row doesn't mean the season's over. I'm not worried about the Broncos falling off and going like dog shit. They'll be okay. I think they'll be fine.
They
But
should be fine. Yeah,
tonight was disappointing, and I think everyone can agree with that.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Roosters deserved the win. They were the better team. They were too classy at the SCG, and I thought they were fantastic, the Roosters. Mate, I want your top 3 players on ground from tonight's game.
Yes, number 3, I'm gonna go with Nat Butcher tonight. I thought Nat Butcher was really strong in the back row for the Roosters. Been really good for the last couple of weeks. Number 2, I've got Joseph Suwali. Obviously, had a great performance tonight as well. And number 1, my man of the match. I think Tedesco deserves it for mine. Got involved in every play and was very strong.
I'm gonna go number 3. I'm gonna go with James Tedesco. Teddy was great. He always is. We all know what he's gonna do. He's so good. Number 2 for me is Nat Butcher. Scored 2 tries and he was a nightmare all night. Ezra Mann defensively was quite off. And my man of the match is actually going to surprise you a little bit here. I'm going to give it to Paul Momorowski. I thought he was fantastic.
That's fair. I think that's
He
fair.
defended Katoni Staggs well all night. Scored that first try. And defensively, I thought Momorowski was fantastic. So Momorowski's my man of the match.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I mean, he wasn't bad, and maybe
Played
that's
well.
because Staggs was quiet, but he handled Staggs pretty well though.
That was Momorowski's best game of the year, I reckon.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there for
I
sure.
reckon he was awesome. That was his best game of the year. Fucking killed it tonight. I do rate Momorowski. And I did say a few weeks ago, he doesn't fit the Roosters system, but he's starting to get in form again. So good on him, man. I think he's a great player. I really
Yeah,
rate him.
he's starting to sink in now. Yeah.
All right, well, mate, that might wrap up the review. Thanks for coming on, mate. I really appreciate your time tonight, Pro Enzo Vids.
Yeah, never a problem, bro. Just appreciate coming on yet again, and yeah, good game tonight.
Yep, well, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, mate, if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vids, make sure you do. Everyone should know who he is by now. But anyway, we're getting on out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Friday night football review, which is Melbourne versus Gold Coast and Manly versus Parramatta. Anyway, guys, until then, enjoy your Thursday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good Friday during the day and whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.